We just made the best light painting ever. I have to show you guys. It is.
Oh, that's so perfect. Would you just look at that?
That's beautiful.
Light painting model.
Man, I should do this for a living. What up, squad? Should have chose the long sleeve because it's getting a little nippy outside. I could probably cut diamonds right now. Anyways, let's talk about something. With the rising availability of the camera and social media and all this kind of stuff, a lot of people out there are taking pictures and they're posting them. But the problem is, there's a lot of people out there that don't know that there are some basic fundamentals of taking a picture. So today we're going to be talking specifically about cars because it is kind of a different genre. What the heck? I had something on the lens right there. Today, I'm going to teach you a few helpful tips, whether you're using a phone, whether you're using a DSLR. I'm going to teach you guys a few tips so that you guys can not suck, or suck less, whichever you prefer. Just don't take it personally, because I'm sorry, but anyways, let's learn how to not suck. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the rule of thirds. Second thing I'm going to talk about is for cars, the direction that the car is facing has a lot to do with how the picture should be taken. And third, we're going to talk a little bit about editing as well. So get your popcorn ready, put on your seatbelts, and let's have a good time. And also, a really cool thing about this is while I'm teaching you guys how to take pictures, we're going to be taking light painting pictures over there, which you can't see. Actually, you can see. Look at that, he's doing some light painting. How freaking cool is that? One of the first things I think everyone should look up is the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is a very, very simple trick, and it's a very simple rule that is used by any and every photographer in the world. You've seen, I'll go ahead and put it on the screen for you right now. You've seen the little bars like right here, right here, right here, and right here. Well, the idea is to have the object of your picture in one of those corners, like meeting at a cross point or something like that. So right now, I am meeting the rule of thirds because my head is in the top corner and my car is kind of in the background in a different corner. So now this is something I have to say. Well, I have to autofocus on myself first. One of the biggest mistakes you actually see amateur photographers or even just people with iPhones do it whenever they're taking photos is what they do is they make the object they're taking a picture of the very center of the picture. And I can't exaggerate enough how ugly that makes the picture look and how just bland and boring it makes it look. So the photo I'm going to put on the screen right now is a photo where my car is centered, yes. But it's a little bit different because of the way the car is angled, and that also is something you kind of have to just feel out whenever you're taking the pictures of the car. Now this photo that I'm going to show you right now is a good example of the rule of thirds. The butt of the car is settled in the bottom portion of the screen, right in the thirds intersection, if you will, and it kind of gives it a nice element to it. If you actually have something going on behind the picture, and it's not just a centered, boring picture of the car. So here's an example. This, like, look how boring it is. It just kind of stretches out across the screen, and there's nothing fancy about it. But if I take it away from the center of the screen and I kind of just put it in the corner, give it a little depth, give it a little English, and look, it just kind of makes it a little bit better. You kind of have this like background going on right here, like you just have this little element. You have another element that you're adding to the photo. And look, you can see him light painting right now. He's so good. Look at him, he's so good. So there's a lot of different elements that you have to consider when you're actually taking pictures of cars, like the way that the car is facing, or the way the wheels are turned, and the lighting and all that kind of stuff. Now when it comes to lighting, that takes a lot more effort and that takes a lot more practice. You kind of have to just work with that. But the way the car is facing has a big impact on the photo itself. So I'll give you another example right here. So yes, we've learned the rule of thirds. You want to have it in one of the intersections of the pictures. But here's the problem. The car is facing that way. So it looks kind of ugly, like if the picture is like this, and I have this like, just what the heck is going on around here. If this happens, well, that's a little bit better because you have like a backdrop, but it just kind of looks weird. Like there's just something missing from the photo. So typically what you want to do is you want to take whichever way the car is facing, you want to also kind of move the camera that direction as well. So again, the car is facing this way. You don't want it in the center. Do it something like this, something along those lines. Actually, let's go ahead and zoom in. Something along those lines. So the car is facing this way. That is where you want to have your area that's not focused on. So anyways, not like this, not like this. You can do it like this, but it's always better if you kind of just rest it in one of the bottom corners because it just kind of adds an element to the photos. One last thing, and I absolutely hate this, and this is probably one of, I don't know, I hate it when it comes to this, but let's talk about editing for a second as well. Even on like Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, like you have the option to edit. One thing, like one tip that I want to give you, really you have to develop an eye for this as well. Do not turn the highlights all the way down. Do not turn the contrast all the way up. When it comes to editing, less is more. And you want a more simple picture, but at the same time, you want things to pop. So really, I encourage you to sit there and just kind of mess around and tinker with the different settings that you have available to you. But it's important that you kind of keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. It's a saying for a reason. So anyways, I am freezing my butt off right now because I wore a short sleeve and I should not have worn a short sleeve. Whether you're a professional photographer or not, I do actually hope that this kind of helps you guys out. Just to give you some basic tips on making just your simple, whether it's a phone, whether if it's an actual camera, doesn't matter. Just to make your actual, like your nice pictures look a little bit nicer and actually make your Instagram account, your Twitter account, your Facebook account, whatever it is, make that look a little bit more presentable. That is going to conclude this little video. So if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to comment on this comment section. You can follow my Instagram, anything like that. I've got plenty of examples on my personal Instagram, so go out there and practice. Make pretty photos. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Rule of thirds right here. Okay, well, we broke.